pre-existent. He was pre-existent. That means that John tells us that he went back to eternity, back before the beginning, to the pre-existence of Christ. He existed before he became a historical person. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God, as we find in John chapter 1, verses 1 and 2. But not only did Christ pre-exist, but he was an agent of creation. We forget that. John 1:3 says, all things were made through him. And without him, there was not anything made that was made. And Paul developed this same idea in his letter to the Colossians. He said this, Jesus is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For in him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. Whether thrones or dominions or principalities or authorities, all things were created through him and for him, as we find in Colossians chapter 1. And then the pre-existent Word, who was with God from the beginning, took a nosedive into our world and into our history by being born. John 1:14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, full of grace and full of truth. So this is the doctrine of incarnation. God came down to us and became human flesh. That's awesome. We need to stand and shout that God became flesh. He took on our frail humanity. One theologian said that Christianity is a religion of incarnation.